What's up, traders? My name is Heath and this is Trade Talk. Today we're going to be doing the crypto weekly outlook. We're going to be taking a look at some important levels on the Bitcoin, on Mr. Ethereum, and all of these other lovely red pairs that you see over here. We have a lot of stuff that is red on the day. Doge USD looks to be green on the day a little bit, but I'm only looking for a dead cat bounce on that, and I'm going to explain why here in just a few seconds. I want to first get over here to the screen that I can see everybody. Give me one moment. There we go. What's up, Ed, Mark Martin, everybody? Glad you guys could make it. All right, so basically this is Bitcoin on the weekly chart. We have a weekly level at 45,211.0. That's this bearish candle's closing price. Also as well, there's a lot of people talking about the weekly 21 EMA. There is your weekly 21 EMA. If price continues to roll over and head down to test this level, obviously you're going to see the 21 EMA come up into that level as well. So there will be a little bit of confluence there. This week coming up, there still is 1 day and 4 hours left on this weekly. All right, so basically I'm watching this. I am expecting it to come down there. We may get a little bounce. All right, you can see that the daily is right now fighting with this daily level over here. All right, the reason this is the daily level, because this was your last resistance level. Let's get rid of those ugly moving averages. So basically the reason that is your last resistance area is because once you broke out, you did come back and test it, but you never failed. You never closed beneath it. So that was a valid test to the upside. Now you are testing that again, and clearly you can see 1, 2, 3 tests and it still is unable to close below that. So basically what you can look for on Bitcoin, as this sell-off was rather drastic and pretty sharp to the downside, you can look for price to go up, probably roughly around 55,669. This green candle right here, I would assume that would hold resistance, all right? As the sellers are being exhausted right now, plus FOMO buyers are buying this up. I'm going to buy tomorrow if it has another red close. Obviously, I am looking for that. And I will continue to buy red closes on this thing. As like I said, I'm a long-term investor in Bitcoin. So if you do see some bullish momentum coming off of this level down here, you can look to possibly exit your bullish positions if you're trading it leveraged. All right. If you're just buying it to hold it, you can buy it at any price. Any price is safe. Anything under 50 or 60 grand, anything under that is safe to buy. As I did a video last week discussing the market cycles that Jordan's always talking about and other people, we are in the bullish phase of this longer term market cycle. Essentially, if Bitcoin adheres to the past that it adhered to its whole entire, the whole time it's been alive, essentially, there is about 300 days in a bullish phase. So yes, we are looking for a monthly close, and we will see what happens. All right, so basically, this is what I'm looking for, right? I'm looking for that red month. Once we get that red month, let's go look at the monthly real quick. Thank you, Carl, for the $10.99 super chat. Thank you so much, my friend. I am dropping frames, so hopefully everything is going good on your guys' end. So this is that monthly candle. We have 6 days on this thing until it opens. Until it closes. Give me a second. I'm actually looking at other things and I'm being distracted, and I apologize. All right. So this is your last monthly green candle, right? And it closed nice and strong. It took out this previous monthly's high on the closure. That indicates bullishness. This monthly closing candle, even if it closes down at 45,211, is still, in my opinion, very, 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 very bullish, and a much needed correction in price. We were looking for a monthly candle, as since we broke out above the old all-time highs, you have been steady going up with monthly closes all the way up. And this thing looks ridiculous. When you pull it out and look at it the way it should normally look, you can see how ridiculous that move is. That is insane. This was your last bullish phase. from 2017 when you hit that $19,800 high and rolled over. That began your bearish market phase. All right, the bearish market in that market phase. Once you broke out of that all-time high again, you completed this market phase, and it took a couple years. So once Bitcoin finds a high and starts to roll over, when everybody starts to exit positions, myself included, in the next 100 or so days, we will be looking for that high to be put in, as that would complete the bullish phase in this market cycle, the market cycle that we're currently in. After the halvening, when the halvening was approaching us, we were all talking about getting extremely long on Bitcoin, as there usually is a pump after the halvening, and it has been doing that in its entirety. So that's what we were looking for. We are not concerned. This bearish candle right here, in my opinion, needs to come way down for me to get concerned. This is a simple pullback. Like I said, there's 6 days left on the monthly candle. Usually the way price action works on other markets is your monthly range, your weekly range, your daily range are usually put in during the very beginning of the monthly candle. This monthly candle seems to be putting in its monthly range at the end of the month, which is nothing that's terrible. I mean, it's absolutely good, right? And you still haven't taken out that low. This is absolutely bullish. I am going to be putting on more positions as soon as we get the close tomorrow, as that's just how I've been rolling for the whole time that I've been buying Bitcoin, and it's been working out pretty good so far. The people who are going to get wrecked during all of this are people that are buying over leveraged longs, looking to try to get rich on one bullish push. You know what I mean? That's not the way you got to look at Bitcoin. You got to look at Bitcoin as a long-term hodl, as a position trade, as something that you want to own for the value that it's going to grow over time, not this market phase even. Once we do put in a high in this market phase, and then we find that bear market low, which should be roughly around or a little bit above or a little below last all-time high back at $19,000, that's going to be the spot to buy Bitcoin again, as much as you possibly can buy, in my opinion, as that will start a new market cycle. And Bitcoin has only been going up in its entirety throughout its entire history. This thing has only been making higher highs and higher lows, right? So there is nothing to be worried about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not going to zero anytime soon. So as long as it's not trading at $0, I'm going to be buying it. There is a train coming through, so hopefully it isn't too loud. So what's going on, everybody? What's up, Hajith, Janet, Wes, everybody? Thank you guys for showing up. As you can see, there are a few of you new moderators. I did that last night. So, all right, moving on. Let's go look at ETH. Bitcoin is a buy, in my opinion. It's going to be a buy until, I don't know, another 100 days or so. Then I'm not going to be looking to put any more positions on Bitcoin. But if you're looking for a trade for a weekly range expansion, like I said, this level here, if you hold a support, if this level breaks tonight or tomorrow, look for this level to catch support. And then you can look for a buy, enter, looking for about 55,664. That's where I would be taking off some of that margin. All right. So moving on to ETH. ETH isn't looking nearly as bad as Bitcoin. It is having a pullback. It had made a nice all-time high, and you can see that it did consolidate underneath of your old all-time high and then put in a measured move, new all-time high. This zone here to here, from this area to here, that is your impulse correction, impulse move to the upside. This is your measured move off of this price leg to the upside. So yes, ETH can pull back now that it has done its job. So we are looking for a slight pullback in Ethereum as well. You can see that once you put in this high here, you traded above that high on a daily candle and obviously was rejected pretty badly. Then you rolled over. So essentially, right now it isn't, but once this price action down here gets taken out with a daily closure, you will have essentially put in a lower high on Ethereum on the daily time frame. Am I looking for this to hold as support? Right now I am. You can clearly see that it had a phenomenal bounce off of that level, and you are trading back away from it. There are 3 hours left on this daily close, so as long as it's closing above 2163 spot 82, it looks good, right? This is a very small consolidation. These wicks are showing that Ethereum is trying to trade lower but is unable to do so, which is generally bullish, guys. It's generally bullish. You got a few wicks underneath that price point, so obviously that price point is your support level. So moving forward, we're watching that level specifically, 2163 spot 82. We are looking for that level to maintain support. If that level breaks and you lose support, your next daily support level I would be looking for would be 1964 spot 23, which is just this bearish candle down here. Now, when I'm using the top of these bearish candles, that's basically places that I want to see price touch and then bail in an uptrend, as those are areas to get long, in my opinion. When price is starting to roll over, or if it looks like it is starting to roll over and starting to make a bearish trend for the near term, then you want to use the lower edge of that bearish close, as that is your main support level. The reason it is the main support level, I know I sound like a broken record, but I'm going to say it again, is because that's the last time you were able to close a daily candle at that level. That's what makes it your support level. You can see once you put in that bearish close at 1964 spot 23, price traded away from it, and every attempt to trade back down into it has been unsuccessful. So that is your main support level going forward. Watch that level there. This is your near-term support level, meaning it could bounce from here and move higher in the next few days. But this is the level to watch right now. I would not be putting on any entries right here, as like I said, if you do get that daily close below that area, you will have put in a lower high. This would be your lower high, and this would be that price leg stabbed to the downside. So the main level that I'm watching going on into this week is 1964 spot 23. Let's go look at Doge, because I know people want to look at Doge. So this sell-off right here, let's go to an 8 hour so I can show you what I did. I took a trade on this Thursday on this retest of this bullish candle. Let me get this off here. Right here, this bullish candle, right? I was watching price. We came down, traded away. We went up and retested it and closed bullish. So I told myself I'm waiting for this price to push right back up into that level, as I'm going to enter that position short. With KuCoin, I'm trading the futures contracts, the perpetual swap front month contract on Doge USD, right? I got short on this wick, this test of this level, this bullish candle. And as you can see, that trade was a very, very nice trade. I did take profits on this push lower, as I figured this would put a big bounce in. As you can see, you have gotten that. Now you are having trouble at 0.27865, which is this bullish candle's opening price. Wick, you are trying to put in a close above it, but have been unsuccessful yet. So I am looking for this thing to find resistance and start to roll over. How will I look for new trades, new short entries? Right now you can clearly see that it's putting in a bull flag up at that level. I am expecting this level to break, right? This level to break. I am expecting prices to trade higher, but I do want to see it find resistance somewhere up here, right? And then roll over. Once I get that roll over, any push back up into wherever it found resistance, in my opinion, will be an opportunity to get short again. And if I'm wrong and I get stopped out, I'm okay with that, as I am not trading over leveraged. It is a very, very small amount of money, because I don't know KuCoin. I know anything about it. So I'm not going to put a lot of money on that until I trust it. I couldn't even get an order off on that thing for a long time. But I am finding a little bit of success using the futures aspect of KuCoin. So yeah, that's what I'm looking for on Doge coming on during the rest of the week. Now, a lot of people are going to look at this as a retest, right? Heath, why isn't this a retest? Okay, let me show you why. This was your support level. So on this push lower here, right there, that bearish candle, on this, let me get it up there, on this push lower, you should have found support here, right? Should have found support. Traded around this level for a few days and then traded higher. Had that happened, I would have looked for a lower high or a higher low support area to enter, looking for bullish entries. This is a stab to the downside with a daily closure beneath your support level, and it's a perfect close below it. That's why I know that level was support, because you got a full strong close beneath of it. And you can almost see how this is almost halfway the midpoint of that candle. That's telling me right there that there is weakness in this asset. And it looks like as of right now, the bears are in full control. This is nothing but a dead cat bounce, and I am looking for entries to the short side on this asset. The first place that I will be looking to take off some of that position will be this support level right here that we put in on that stab down. That level is 2112500. So if I end up entering this thing short, I will be exiting most of the position at that area, and then I will move the stop to break even and hope for it to move lower. And at that point, the trade will have been successful, and I really don't care what happens to the last end of that piece. All right, so I've been rambling a little bit. Let me answer some of these questions. Once again, Carl, thank you so much for the chat, man. You could have asked a question, my friend. Thank you for being here, Darren. Tom Rose, everybody, thank you guys for being here. Carl splashing the cash. I appreciate that very much. So you think we might ever see 30K Bitcoin again? In my opinion, next bear market low between 40 and 70K. Yeah, Jacob, that's about what I'm thinking too, but I'm not looking for that to happen now. Like I said, we are just halfway into this bullish phase of this market cycle. It looks brutal right now. I understand that. That is a big sell-off, right? Let's look and get a measurement on that. Put it into perspective. That's a 25% push down off of the highs. In normal or traditional market standards, that's almost considered a bear market. Anything under a 20% drop is considered a bear market. So, I mean, if you're looking at traditional market standards, you can almost say that Bitcoin is currently in a bear market, right? But we don't put those kind of standards on Bitcoin, as no one has ever seen the likes of this asset before. Bitcoin came on the scene a few years ago and is now the top performing asset since it became an asset to trade. Name one other thing that has made more gains than Bitcoin. There is nothing alive. Bitcoin is the king of all assets. We now have people putting massive amounts of their capital into it as they see that same market cycle chart that everybody's looking at, and they're assuming it's going to go higher too. And they're trading with billions of dollars, not, small amounts of cash. So yeah, I think we're going to see a push lower, possibly down to that weekly level, and then may find support down there. But I'm not a fortune teller. I don't know what's going to happen, but I will be watching that level for specific support, right? So yeah, in my opinion, any push lower right now is a perfect opportunity to add a little bit more Bitcoin, not leverage, just take straight cash money and buy some Bitcoin with it. You know what I'm saying? That's the safe way to trade this asset. If you're looking for leverage trades, and I think you're better off trading something like Dogecoin or something, and not using a lot of leverage, as leverage is a friend to most traders, but it's also the enemy to most traders, right? You got to be able to trade leverage the right way. And I will answer the question that was asked in the Discord about leverage. I just want to go over a few more of these assets. Thank you so much, Jordan Q. What's up, y'all? Happy to be here. This is Chris Martin. Bit of support for the man. Still waiting for the profits to roll in. Thank you, my friend. Maybe that's why it may not happen. Everyone now expects and are waiting for lower lows. Yeah, it's possible, Leslie. I mean, anything's possible. Anything's possible, right? You got to trade these assets with an open mind, and you also have to know inside of your head before you ever place any position that these things are 100% random. Link and dot, please. Yeah, I'm going to get over there right now. Let's go look at Link. Let's go look at Link dollar first. As most everything's going to pretty much look like Bitcoin, Link does look a little better. I mean, you are putting in bullish move to the upside. Let's remove the drawing. Let's start over. You got a nice daily close above your old resistance level, and you have tested that level, but it failed to hold as support. You can see where people were trying to buy it right there, right? Looking for this level to hold as support, and it obviously failed. You got to close below it. So right now, you got to wait to find support. Where is our next area of support? Well, as of right now, it's going to be this bearish close, but it's so close to near-term price. I would use this level down here instead. This level is 28.02, right? That's still pretty close to near-term price, but it's fresh, untested level, as once you traded away from there, you never did retest it. So that could be a good spot to look for possible support test and a possible hold, right? If Bitcoin starts to find support and rolls around, starts to go higher, this thing's going to as well, right? Link is a good asset. I know a lot of people that love this thing and they keep it. They hold it. They're not getting out of it, right? So, yeah, looking for Link to catch support. If it doesn't, then maybe you should think about starting to exit some of your positions if you are holding longs anywhere above $20. All right. Compound is doing good today. Let's go look at Compound. Do I have it on this? It's right there. So Compound yesterday had a breakout, took out its old all-time highs. Or not all-time. I don't know if it's all-time highs or not. Let's go see. Yeah, it looks like it. Yep. It's trading at all-time highs again. You took out your old resistance level is what I was talking about. This level right here. You can clearly see right now that it is fighting with that level. That level is 562.86. So price is trading into it right now. You did get a wick below, but you're trading above it. So obviously people are buying it up or trying to buy it up as they want this thing to keep heading higher. It does look good. Like everything else is selling off and this thing is making new highs, right? Could that be a problem being on the weekend and all? Yeah, it could be, as this candle closed on Friday though. So it is what it is. I mean, as long as it holds support above 562.86, I could be looking for a long position, looking for your next support or your resistance level at 624. So from 562 to 624, that's a pretty nice little trade if you are looking to trade it, right? But it does look a lot better than everything else. Everything else took a hit. This thing went higher. So I like Compound for this week, maybe to be standing outside of the rest of everything. That was pretty much it. I did look at a lot of other things and nothing else looked good. Dot's testing support right now. What was the other one you wanted me to look at? Let me find it. Dot. All right, that's what I thought. So this is Dot BTC. Let's go find Dot USD. There it is. I don't know what this gap is about. It is a daily chart. You are trading beneath, or no, you're not trading beneath it. You're trying to get your close below your support level right there at 29.85. Where is the next support level? Well, unfortunately, it's all the way down here. There is no daily. If you go into a smaller time frame chart, you could probably find something in this area, right? But that level was tested with this wick right here. But still, you might find support there. I don't usually try to find levels really far away because price moves in ebbs and flows like an ocean. You know what I mean? It won't just bam go straight down to a new resistance or a new support level. So right here is your old support. So go down just a little bit lower. So 22, yeah, that pretty much matches up. I mean, nothing closed down there, so you can put a level right there on your chart. Right there, right? 26.16. That is if you get this closure below this level here. It does look like it's going to, right? You purged down here, you rolled up, selling opportunity. Boom. And until you take out this swing high or this swing high, it will be looked at as a selling opportunity because as of right now, the sellers are in control. It's almost impossible to pick a bottom. I mean, occasionally you will do it and be right, but most of the time, it's not very good. So my connection is continuously dropping tons and tons of frames. If I get booted off, I will try to find a better spot and re-upload or retry to get on this stuff. I don't know what's going on. So what else did I want to look at? Here's BNB. BNB's doing nice. BNB is accumulating, or not accumulating, but I mean it's consolidating. That's the word I was looking for. You did make a new support level. just barely, right? Let's get this magnet on so that way I can get to work right there. So you did get your closure just below it. Let's go look at a daily. So here's your daily support right above it. You're currently still holding. This does start to look like a double top. If you're a pattern trader, this will be your neckline as well. You get a daily close below 482 spot 199. You are going to be looking for lower prices, and I like that level right there at 403 spot 154. If you do get that daily closure, I'm assuming you're going to push all the way down to there. At that point, you can look for support to hold, possibly. You know what I mean? So it's going to find support at one of these areas. If that level doesn't hold, look for 338 spot 584, and that would pretty much exhaust your weekly range for this week. But those are your levels to watch. It looks like it's holding support right now, right? Looks like it's holding support right now. If you do get long on this asset, I would not be aiming at anything above 578. That would be my first initial take profit zone. This was your 8 hour. This also lines up with that daily level. You can see you clearly got an 8 hour closure below that spot. So it does look like that people are looking at this as a selling opportunity, right? So I wouldn't be entering any long positions on it, in my opinion. Not right yet. If price comes back down there and fails again, then I would probably look for longs. But right now, it looks like the sellers are trying to load up on this thing and push it down to 403. So we could see 403 hit by the start of this next week. Oh, thank you, PK, for the super chat. Let's see here. Looks like the mods are taking care of business. Give me 1 second, and I will get on some pairs for some people. Thank you, PK, for the super chat. What was your stop on Doge? Let me go back to Doge. This thing is a little bit different. Here, let me go back up to this, because I was watching the trading view chart, and then I took the trade on the KuCoin. So my stop was just above essentially that wick, because I didn't just immediately take the short when we traded back up into that level, right? Let me put the level on there so that way you know what I'm talking about. This was the candle that I was watching. This was the level that I was looking to enter. The low of, or the close of that the open of that bullish candle. Thank you, TradingView. So when price traded up into this area, you can see that it took out that high from this bearish candle. So that was just initially a run on those stops. So I was watching that, right? But I didn't enter right then. I waited for price to retrace back below this level. Once that happened, I just threw my stop above that candle wick right there. So essentially my entry was roughly around here. My stop was right there. So that was a very nice risk to reward, because this thing just took off. Once it took out this low, or this support level, man, it just bounced. And it was a great trade. Phenomenal trade. And I'm looking for the same thing to happen again on it. As this was a push lower, you are coming up right now finding support, or finding resistance. And you're finding that resistance from that 8 hour candle. But you could get a close above that, right? You could get a close above that. So anywhere under 303.78, which is this level here, I'm going to look to re-enter shorts. If you get a closure above that level on an 8 hour basis, I will not, as you will have taken out this full leg to the downside and something else is going on. I don't like it when price retraces a full move in my first original direction, right? Because essentially that's basically telling you something. This is where price decided to take off, and now price is trading right back at that same place again just a few days later. So that's indicative of a reversal. And I'm trying to trade with these moves, not against them. So if this thing fails here, yeah, I'm going to be looking to enter it short again. What's going on here? Let me see. What's going on? Do you think that Cardano, African News, and Seminar can push the price higher? Yeah, I mean, news always can push price higher, right? They use news events to basically move the markets around. Yeah, I mean, I try not to trade news, and I try not to focus on it too much, Mark, because I'm a firm believer that the price is going to do what the price is going to do anyways. And they just use the news to essentially push it harder and faster, or use the news event to run a load of stops and head in the opposite direction. What's up, Magnus? Thanks for the super chat. Chris Morris. BTC touched 51,000, says Simran. Yep, it sure did. Did I miss somebody, super chat? If I did, it's not showing me, so I got PK and Chris. All right, so yeah, that's what I'm looking for on Doge. Let's go look at Aave, because Aave is also trading lower. It's not looking so sharp, and you're holding those lows right now. All right, so you have closed beneath your support level. Right there was your support level, and this closure got it. You can see that on this candle, it even came back up and tested it absolutely flawlessly, and now it's starting to trade lower. You have support right there, right? So this is what everybody's looking at. 308.92, that's your current near-term support level. If you lose this support level, this is your major swing low. You are going lower on Aave. The next area that I would be looking for would be 266.36. You get that daily closure below 308.92. 266 is not very far, right? So right now the sellers are in control. Not yet, really, but it looks like they want it, right? Because this, you got a bunch of wicks beneath, so this is just a retest on a shorter time frame. Price is trading back down. It looks like people are buying it up, but like I said, this is just a retest on a smaller time frame. So if you pull up like a 2 hour, you can see you're just trading sideways in that range. So any push up to 344 spot 30 is going to be looked at as a selling opportunity, right? But they won't just enter right there on that touch of that level. You wait for that price to stab above those stops, big wick up, and then a back down. Once it falls back down, then you can look to enter and put your stop above that wick, as that's a pretty safe way to trade these levels, right? But this doesn't look good. You're putting in what essentially is a bear flag on the 2 hour anyways. So Aave looks like it's wanting to test that 266.36 level. That might be a good spot to look for bullish entries on it, though, as I do believe you will get a bounce from that area, right? And the reason why is because you will take out all of these stops, man. There's a ton of them. This wick low down here is the level that they are targeting, the bears. So once you get a push down into this wick low, the bulk of the positions will fly off. You might get another stab down to 266, and that would be the spot where price would probably get a bounce from, right? And as long as it bounces, if it closes back above 308.92, which would be another resistance test, then possibly that's an area to look for entries on Aave. If you're a believer in the asset and you're just, you know what I'm saying? That's a great place to buy. It is a new asset, right? But that would be a great spot to buy, as that would probably be roughly around 50% of your main advance. Let's go see. Well, a little bit lower. It's your 618 of the main advance. This is your main advance. That's your 618 of this advance. So it's still a good spot to look for entries. And that's 266.36. I do believe we will see that level hit this week. Oh, and let's go look at BTC for sure. Because, man, I missed this trade, and I am so mad. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. But we were watching this level down here as price was trading around here. I got long after this thing happened, right? We were all trading. We watched this happen on this day. It was pathetic. A lot of people got liquidated. I myself almost got a margin call because I was long. But price bounced right back up and I was good. I exited the position. I did not get the margin call, but they were emailing me. Bro, put some more money in your account, man. But yeah, I got lucky. Some people did not, right? But we were accumulating essentially around that level. So I took another stab at it to get long. And then this sorry candle right there, this one, boom, that took me out again. So I gave it up. I said, screw it. And then I just didn't look at it for a while. And then someone was like, hey, dude, have you looked at ETH lately? And I was like, no, why? And I looked at it and I started crying. No! Yeah, that happens, guys. You're going to get stopped out and price is going to turn around and go right in the same direction you initially wanted it to. The better way to trade this, and I knew better, I was just getting in a hurry because it looked like it was going to go, was wait for this push lower, right? And then wait for that candle's high to get taken out, as that would have still left you with a nice risk to reward, right? There's your resistance or your support level when this push happened. You can see that on a retest of that, that was the most absolute beautiful and most perfect entry in the world. And it was. Look at that. It just took off. ETH is stronger than Bitcoin right now, right? The last few days, Bitcoin's been selling off. Look what ETH BTC's been doing. It's been going higher. And ETH USD doesn't even look nowhere near as bad as Bitcoin. ETH is stronger, right? People are watching for the flippening. There's a lot of people interested in this asset. The gas fees are a killer for it right now, but if Ethereum can fix that problem, and there are other companies working on trying to fix that problem, this asset it does more transactions on a daily basis. It's going to be huge company. So I'm definitely buying this thing. And that was the trade. That was a nice trade, and I missed it. But it still looks good. You're currently right now testing your old resistance level as support possibly, right? It's 4493 Satoshis. You're testing that level right now. You tested it yesterday, testing it again today. I am expecting that level to break eventually. You can come all the way down to here and still remain bullish in my opinion, and that's 3,982 Satoshis. If we get a push down to there, I am going to put on some of this asset. I already own ETH long term on like the Coinbase thing, but I'm going to look to get in this as well on KuCoin and Kraken. So I am looking to buy there at 339.82 Satoshis, but it might not come down there, man. This thing is on such a tear right now. It may hold support right here and just go off for another leg to the upside. You have impulse, correction, impulse. So you're 2 legs into the move, which is generally when you will find a little bit of consolidation. So yeah, I'm looking for some consolidation on ETH to get in ETH versus Bitcoin, as I love it. I think it's going to move higher. Here is a resistance level right here on an 8-hour chart you can use. As you can see, it clearly held as resistance on the first attempt, but the second attempt it got above it. So watch 41.75. See if that level holds the support ahead of this 39.82 level. Hey, just a thought to ponder. If central banks print more money to buy and suck up all the Bitcoin in the market, will Bitcoin die a natural death? Let me read that again, because it was moving as I was trying to read it. Hey, just a thought to ponder. If central banks print more money to buy and suck up all the Bitcoin in the market, will Bitcoin die a natural death? No. If the central banks buy up all the Bitcoin's price is going to go to like $5 million, because all the supply is getting taken out of the market, or the demand would be so high it would cause the price to skyrocket if that were the case. Anytime an asset is getting bought up, Bitcoin only has so much supply. That's why it's trading at $50,000 right now. Once all of the supply gets bought up, the price continues to move higher. Once there's less demand for an asset or more supply, that's when the price would go lower. So basically, if everybody that owns their Bitcoin were starting to sell their Bitcoins on the open market, that would cause a supply shock and Bitcoin's price would fall. But no, if the central banks bought it up with every dollar they printed, Bitcoin would probably be trading at $80 million or higher. Let me scroll up and see if I missed any questions, because I know the guys that super chatted didn't ask anything. Some crazy background music. Crazy maybe. Yeah, I just put something on. So there's not really like any known artists that I can pick. It's just for noise, I guess. Yeah, that Doge trade was awesome, Wes. It absolutely was. Pirate Chain. So in the Discord, somebody wanted me to talk about leverage, like the best way to use it. All right. So basically, when I'm looking to trade a leveraged asset, I use how much money in my account that I have, and then I might trade 2x, 3x. If it's a small account and I'm just playing with it, like the KuCoin account, I'll go up as high as to 5x, right? There's like $20 in the account. I don't care if I lose $20. It's nothing. So when you're taking a trade, you use your leverage slider. I guess it's completely different than Forex, right? That's why it took me a while to learn it. Let's go look at it. So here's KuCoin. Here's the asset. This is compound. I was looking for a bullish entry at 546.66, right? So there's basically this is your leverage slider on KuCoin. If you're looking for a bullish entry, 5 times your leverage of your position that you take would kill you if you get a small move in the opposite direction. Each X of leverage that you take is going to make your position size so big so a small move can essentially wipe you out. For instance, if you take a 100x leverage trade, it only takes the asset to move 1% in the wrong direction and you are completely liquidated on a 1% move. So you're supposed to use leverage as your friend. So essentially how I would take this trade, right, is I would buy right there. You would hit buy long, got a stop loss. You put in your stop loss at the price you want to get out. I got 55, 54, spot 52 in there right now. Obviously, that would be not the where I would want to do it. But I wouldn't buy it up here. I would wait for price to come lower and then you would manage your stop loss. But say I did want to buy it right now with that stop loss, that's all the way down there. Let's move it to, let's say 543, right? As that makes it a little bit smaller, but it's still insane. And it tells you everything, right? Your market price versus liquidity price difference is 19%. So if I get stopped out of that trade, I'm going to lose 19% of the account's equity, right? So I basically don't really have a great answer for you. As far as finding out how leverage works, you can simply Google it, right? You're just taking a bigger position. You're using the broker's money to make your position size bigger. Yes, it definitely works for you when it's going in your direction, but when it goes against you, it's going to hurt. It's going to kill you, right? Because you're taking on 5 times more than you normally would. So if you're wanting to buy 1 Bitcoin, but you put on the leverage to hit 5 Bitcoins, you're trading with 5 Bitcoin. You better have 5 Bitcoin in your account to even cover that if you're wrong, right? Leverage is a tricky thing. If you're just getting started in the markets, I suggest you just buy with cash. Just open up an account like I did with that. There's $20 in the account, a little less because I'm in a trade, and just play with the margin slider. That's the best kind of experience that you can get, right? Open an account with a very small amount of money, then play with the leverage slider, play with your stop losses. That also gets you to learn to be familiar with the asset, with the actual brokerage account and the asset itself. Also basically teaches you how to place orders. So that way if something goes wrong, you can get out of your order real quick. You're not fumbling around trying to get out of it because you're over leveraged and you're getting destroyed. Because it doesn't take very much for it to move against you to hurt you, depending on how much leverage you actually have. Being in America, we can't trade those crazy amount of leverage trades. Like on my Thinkorswim platform, I can only get up to 6x leverage only. That's no matter what. That's across the board. And in some cases, it's less. Some assets you will not even get the full six leverage. So. And with Forex, you can get up to 50x leverage. I don't ever recommend using 50x. That's just insane in my opinion. But what you can use the leverage for is also as margin, right? Because you need so much margin in order to take another trade. So in that case, that's where leverage can be good. You only have $100 in your account and you want to take multiple trades, risking say $5 a trade. All right. Then that extra leverage or that extra margin gives you the ability to take another position on another asset. So that's the way I suggest you use margin. But remember, the amount of money that you lose is always going to be determined by your stop loss. So when you take the trade, you want to see how much am I going to lose with my stop at this price. As long as you know that and you're fully okay with that, then you hit buy or sell. You definitely don't want to play around with leverage if you don't know what you're doing. And if you are going to, make sure it's with a small amount of money, as I realize that a lot of you are very brand new traders, very brand new. But just Google it, and I mean, Google's going to be able to answer that a lot better than I can, unfortunately. I learn more every time I'm here. When the channel first started, I was like, what? Now I'm at least starting to understand support and resistance you draw in. At least I hope I am. Thank you, Agel, so much, my friend. That's what I put the channel together for, bro, is to help people. There's so much garbage out there that people are just getting their butts wiped in the markets, and it's because they don't have a solid learning foundation. There's nothing really much to learn on YouTube, to be honest with you. Some of the good channels, they want you to buy everybody wants you to buy something. So I just put this channel out there. There is a link for the CTM in the comment section or the description. Apologies, but that's only there for people that want to join. That's, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell everything that I know about trading the markets on this channel. You don't have to buy anything. It's all going to get given away for free. All the info is free. Let me see here. ARRR. Let's go see if you're just, I don't know if ARRR USD pirate chain. Is that real? Pirate chain? R matey. That's funny. What a sense of humor. It's extremely bullish. Let me find something else. I hate that so much when it's calculated by TradingView because it's so wiki and crazy. RR. Let's look at it. Well, no, that's versus Bitcoin. I guess that's what we're gonna have to stick with, man. Sorry. Screwing around here, wasting a lot of precious people's times. Let's go with USD. RUSD. So that's it. It's extremely bullish. Let's go to the daily. It's good to get a daily top-down analysis, guys. Weekly, daily. I mean, even if it's, oh my God, come on, let's do this. All right. So this was a pretty nasty daily move, right? You took out your complete low even with this push lower. There's your low taken out. But you're trading back up halfway on the daily range expansion. Now, a lot of old styles or a lot of your traditional support or traditional technical analysis videos out there will tell you what? That is bullish, right? Because there's a long wick under it. Like that's buying pressure. In some cases it is. In an uptrend, yeah, in some cases it is. But when a bearish move starts, it also is a pullback for your initial bearish move, right? So if you go in and look at an 8-hour, it doesn't look so good, right? You got to push lower. Now, it's extremely bullish. And I wouldn't even be looking for a short on this asset until you take out this swing low. Then I would look for a higher low to form on a resistance test, and then I would look to get short. But you don't want to just short this right now or you'll get ran over. As like I said, it's extremely bullish, and this push lower is just finding support. That's all it is doing. Support test of 7.707 was your first support test, and it is holding as you're trading way up off of that price. So this is what you got here going on. This is your hourly resistance level, right? So basically here's your push into that level and then a dead cat bounce, maybe. We won't know until we take out the next support level below us. Then we can look for bearish entries if you're looking for a small short-term day trade. If you're looking to buy and hold this asset forever, then you can buy it right now, right? So there is your bullish candle. That was your test. Boom, tested, failed, tested, failed. So as long as you're trading underneath this level, as long as you're unable to close a bullish candle above 12.43, it will be looked at as a selling opportunity. So right now it's being treated as such, but that goes the other way as well, as now you look for a support level right there on that bearish candle. Because we're using an hourly chart, we want to see an hourly close. So if you push down here and fail and close back above the level, then people are buying this up. And then obviously you wait for that support to hold. And then if you get that push up to the upside and then take out your resistance level, then you could possibly look for bullish entries. But right now, the ball is in both people's courts, the bears and the bulls. Right now, it's more in the bears' court as they are in control because it is making lower highs and lower lows, but you're not making a lower close. That lower close is going to be vital. But I wouldn't even be looking for that, as on a daily, this is just a daily. In my opinion, if you're looking for bearish entries, you gotta wait until this daily gets taken out with a closing basis. Then you look for a push up for a lower high resistance test, get short, targeting lower. But right now, the bulls are in control. Full control. On the daily chart, this is nothing. This is merely a test of support, and it has found it. And that's our mighty. Just discovering what a super chat is. Happy to support. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you. And it looks like somebody else did one. This thing isn't Kimberly Wood. Thank you so much for the super chat. Tip for touching on leverage with KuCoin. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome, Kimberly. Thank you so much. All right, let me go back and see if I'm missing any. I know I am. Message deleted by. Gotcha. Trade R. Hey, just thought. Okay, gotcha. Now I know where I'm at. Uni. Let's go look at Uni 4 FG. Uni. I think it's just right over there, but I'll type it in. Uni USD. We'll look at it on Coinbase. Uni was looking great. It is trying to find support. There is your old resistance level that's what's being tested, right? See how this close came in, pushed lower but closed back above it. That indicates that is your resistance level, and so far that resistance level has held as support. You got a push higher, but this is not what you want to see ever, is that push higher get faded. And not only did this push higher get faded, it has been taken out on the next day, and currently we're trying to take out support. So we know we are probably looking for lower prices, and unfortunately with these big wicks, it has basically cleared out all of these stops, all of these support levels. So the only untested level of support, and it's been tested, is 27.23. So if you lose this area on a daily closing basis, I would look for a test of 27.23. At that point, you definitely want to see support hold, right? I do believe you will get a bounce there anyways, even if it doesn't hold in the long run. Here's a bearish candle. Here's your bullish candle. So you can use this level as another level of support simply because it was tested on this push lower, but on this new bullish push, it has not. So this is your untested level for this leg to the upside, 25.75. Watch one of these two levels for support hold if you're looking for bullish entries. If you're looking for bearish entries, you definitely want to see this thing take that out, and on a push back up to 33-ish, like 33.47, this bullish candle, that's where I'd look to enter my shorts, aiming for your first support level. In that case would be this level over here. But if you're looking for bullish entries, you want all these wicks to be cleared out. So you want to push down into here, and then you want to find support. That's what I'd be looking for on Uni. Trade open on Trade Ogre No Cook. Trade OGRENOKUC. Are you looking? Are those all assets? OGRE. I don't know what you're saying. No Cook. I don't know what you're saying. Josh Springer. Algo for Matthew. Oh, I'm sorry. Kilby. KILBIS. Yep. Let's look at Algo. Algorand was looking bad. Was looking good. Last time I looked at it, it's not looking so good now. Look at this high wave candle. Damn, I hate when these things happen because that doesn't tell us anything. It opened here and it closed here, and then you had big stabs to the downside and upside. Your current support level is going to be there at 1.03139. This candle obviously tested it already, right? But you're incoming now on a test. So will it hold support here? It could, because it's looking at this as the support level. That's what it's treating as support currently. That's your last push up. Also, that's your last bearish candle before you trade it away. That also makes that level as support. That's the current support level. But I'm assuming that it's probably going to be testing 1.03139. These support levels are so close because of the way this price action unfolded. Unfortunately, the last area you definitely do not want to see a daily close below is that swing lows closing price. The wicks, guys, are targets. The wicks are always targets. This wick would be a target for bears, right? Some people like to use the wick as support and resistance. I use the candle bodies because the candle bodies obviously works much better. So this crazy wick down here, if they get that close below 96,895, that will be a target. Will it ever get taken out? I doubt it. That's a long ways from current price action. That's almost a 50% move from that level to there. It is a 50% move. So yeah, it looks like it's heading lower, but it is currently testing support. Those are the three levels that I would keep an eye on, and they're all close to near-term support. Hi, Heath, just started watching from the beginning. All right, Matthew Hicks. Hi there, Heath. Thanks for your help. Oh, would you please do analysis on OMG USD and AVE USD? Well, I just did AVE a little bit ago. I'll look at OMG, and I am far back in the comments, so just bear with me. So OMG, this is a perfect example as why those levels work. Another one, so that was your last area. I just struck a blue line there, and you can see price came in and tested that level. This thing is crazy. Like, that's a massive spike and then a fade. Yeah, it's not looking so healthy. This is a big move. I mean, you're looking at almost a 50% move on this sell-off, right? This was your resistance level. On a test of that resistance level, the bears took control, and they held firm control. This was your support level. You can see how it played out, right? You got a test of that level, and then another test of that level, then another test, and then the next day they were able to stab below that level and then get continuation. You also took out these two areas of what should have been support as well. So I would use this one as it's just a little bit higher. That will possibly turn into your resistance level, or support will catch and people will start buying it back up, right? It just depends on your outlook on the markets. What is your time frame? What are you looking to achieve? But just looking at the asset right now, the bears are in control, but it looks like it is losing some momentum. You're heading into oversold territories already, and the reason you're already heading into oversold territories is just a simple huge move to the downside. So let it find support. Looks like it is testing 5.73 as that support level. You want to see this daily close above that price if you're bullish. All right, but right now I would give it some time to chill out. Usually also when big moves occur, you will get a period of consolidation. So in a lot of these things, we could see a lot of consolidation this week. In the FX market, I didn't have a very great week last week. Mostly everything was trading sideways, back and forth, ping-ponging in a range. It makes it difficult to trade. So just keep your eyes open, and then I'll look at AVE real fast just to give you those levels, as I just looked at it not too long ago. Where did it go? Oh, it's on the purple list. Apologies. There it is. So the levels that we're watching on AVE are 3044 spot 30, which that level was taken out with that close. So you're going to look to see if that level holds as resistance on the next push up into it. Second level of support is 308 spot 92, has been tested multiple times. So yeah, that level could possibly break. My level that I like the best is 266 spot 36 because it gets you underneath all of these wicks, right? So people are going to be putting stops under these wicks, hoping to catch the bullish impulse to the upside. What I would assume would happen was price is going to stab down to there to take out all those stops and then possibly turn around. But a lot of things are going to do the same thing as Bitcoin, and right now the sellers are in charge. Most everything has had a 20 or 30% push off the highs. So just keep that in mind, guys. You are welcome, KF. Many see this Bitcoin market cycle top. You do not. Many are calling for alt season right now, as happens to Bitcoin top. If we are having a simple cool down in Bitcoin, do you see an alt season happening now? Well, it just depends on what alt it is, right? A lot of alts are performing good against Bitcoin, and some are not. So let's go look at them, because I've got some right here on the Bitcoin pairings. ETH BTC we know is doing great, right? No, it is. Litecoin had a big bounce off of these lows here. I shorted Litecoin over in this area, over right here, rode it down to those lows, exited the position, and then boom, big explosion move to the upside. Is this an opportunity to short Litecoin against Bitcoin? It is in a long-term downtrend. You did liquidate all the people that had stops above this wick high as well. So it looks like it's making a lower high and pushing lower. It just depends on the asset. Is it going to be bullish? Is this more, or is it now time for the alts to take off? I think it's been time for the alts to take off ever since we had our first push on DOT and ETH and all that stuff. In my opinion, that's when it started. But it's just my opinion. Right? Here's DOT BTC. Look at this. This is when alt season started on DOT. Same for Cardano. It just bounced out of there real quick and took no prisoners. Right? This is a big move. So I think it's already started. If people are saying that it hasn't, then explain these moves to me, please. So, I mean, like I said, those are just opinions anyways about all that stuff. I follow price. If Bitcoin takes a dump from where it is right now, then obviously I will look at that as a possible time to exit some positions. But I will not exit my position in a down push. I will wait for the retest or the dead cat bounce to exit, right? I'm okay with exiting up here and buying down at 20,000-ish. I'd love for that to happen, actually. That means I can buy more Bitcoin. But yeah, I think it's already started, my friend. But as far as seeing this as the market cycle top for Bitcoin, we know in Bitcoin's past that market cycle tops usually were found after roughly 300 days. So you're halfway into that. It's been 150 days into this market cycle top. It absolutely can be the market cycle top. I'm not saying that those guys are wrong. I'm simply saying in past, the chart has basically taken a long time. This is a very extended move. You can look at it and see that, yeah, it needs to cool off a bit. 88 Bitcoin. I think I just looked at that, but I was just looking at it as an example. Let's go back over here. I think it's BTC pairings is where I got it. There it is. Yeah, 88 Bitcoin looks good. You had a monthly pullback. Look at this expansion candle on the monthly range. Look at your bearish push. You tested essentially the midpoint of that candle. It's flawless. It's absolutely beautiful price action. You came back down, found support, traded higher, but you've been ping-ponging in a range. That range is 2,400 Satoshis to 2,002 Satoshis. So if you're looking for bullish entries on it, I would look for bullish entries around 2,002 Satoshis, this area here. I wouldn't be buying it up here as it could obviously come back lower. Your current near-term support level is higher. It's 2146 Satoshis. It's just this bearish close. The reason that's your support level is because that's the last time price closed at that level, right? And then you trade it away. So a test of that level could be a nice spot to look for bullish entries, possibly. You're definitely range bound. You did get it. Let me see. Did you get a higher close on this bullish candle? No, you did not. So yeah, that's your range. There's your range. That level, 230 or 2338, and then this low down here. So you're ping-ponging back and forth in that. Watch for this current support level at 2148. If you lose that, all hope isn't gone. As you know, there's a level right beneath it, right here at 2067. And then ultimately your lower end of the range. You lose this, you're coming all the way down to 1795. Right there. Boom. That would be the area. If you lose this on a daily closing basis, I would look for a test of that. Not looking so pretty right now. RBTC. Alright. R matey. That was funny. That wasn't funny the first time I said it, and I'm saying it over and over again. Alright, here we go on RBTC. Looks pretty much the same as the dollar. This thing has zero liquidity in it. Look at that stuff right there. That's disgusting. And then on your daily level, you got daily tick, 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 tick. Alright, but there's obviously a lot more liquidity in it now as you pushed higher. Big, huge explosion to the upside. First daily level of support is all the way down here at 946508. As you are way above that, there's nothing on an 8 hour. Let's see if we got, I know there's something on a 4 hour. We got 2 levels on a 4 hour you can watch. Come on. This is your first level at 169.8018. This level here. All right, it has been tested on multiple occasions. And then your next level would be this level here at 1441375. That level also has been tested as well. All right, it came all the way down to that bearish closing price. So those are your first 2 areas to look for support test if you're bullish. I would definitely wait for that, as this wick cleared the way for price to head there. I definitely wouldn't be trying to take a position on the above side of either one of those 2 levels. Does storage look like it is slipping into oblivion? Storage. Let's go look at storage. It's not looking good. It's not too bad. This was your advance. You're probably trading around the 79% level. Let's give it a look-see. But we want to use that low of that first initial advance. There you are. You did test beneath 786. Apologies, it's a 786 level. That's why you got to bounce. It is currently being sold into, though. This bullish candle right here is just essentially found resistance at the 618 level. So it looks like people are selling right based off of that fib, because there is no support or resistance level there. There is one right there at 2.28811. So if you're looking to short this thing, you got to wait for a pullback. You can't short it where it is currently. It's going to a smaller time frame. Yeah, I would look to see if you are unable to close a 4 hour above $2 even, as $2 even is a good number as well. It's a big figure. So if you find resistance right there, you could possibly look for bearish entries targeting this support level down here at 1.33. That's where I would take off the biggest portion of the position, at least 2/3 of it. Well, that's just how I trade, right? So it looks like it is finding support on this old support level, as you traded beneath that support level and then you traded back above it and you came in on a retest. So that right there could get bulls excited. They looking at this as a breakout and a retest of old support, and it could be, but it is not a breakout, because there is your resistance level and you barely got a 4 hour close above it. It's not really a breakout. If it gets above 2.28, this level up here, and closes above it and pulls back into one of these 2 areas, then I would possibly be looking for bullish entries. It's hard to say, man. It's hard to say. It was definitely oversold, so it's gonna have a bounce. How big of a bounce? I don't know. It looks like that bounce is already being faded. Looks like it's already being faded. R was 27 cents a month ago. Now it's $11. Yeah, it was a huge freaking move. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it, guys. If you buy some of these crypto assets at real cheap prices, we know for a fact these things can have multi-1,000% gains in the span of a week. You know what I'm saying? That's why there's so much people looking to buy crypto assets, because they're looking for those huge gains. So that's storage. Algo BTC. Oh, I didn't see that. Thank you, Steve S, for the super chat. Apologies for not catching it. I'm just not that far down on the chat yet. I'm trying to catch all these questions. Thank you so much, my friend. Doesn't the real alt season occur when Bitcoin tops out and we have 3 weeks of insane green? That happening now, possibly, or only asset specific act now? It looks like it's asset specific right now. We don't know that Bitcoin has put in a top either, right? I mean, it looks like it has. It absolutely looks like it has, but let me go over here. Well, let me just say that we're looking for the monthly close, and then we want to see an advance off of that monthly close. So when the monthly puts in its closing price, whatever that closing price is, we want to see an advance from that price. Here, let me go over to the chart, and then I'll come back over and look at Algo BTC for them, and I'll just be brief, real fast, because I can't. It's hard for me to explain what I'm talking about. So here we are. Here's Bitcoin on the month. All right, so basically we're looking for price to close. This monthly candle, wherever that price closes, that will be your monthly opening range for the next month, right? For the month of May. That will be your opening range. So that price is going to be very important. It is going to be support first. All right. So basically what should happen once you put in this monthly close is on a weekly time frame, you should start to see an advance from that level. If people are buying the monthly close expecting Bitcoin to continue higher in this bullish market cycle of this market phase, then that's going to be the spot for them to do so. If we immediately start to take out that monthly close on a weekly closing basis, then Bitcoin is probably going lower. But as long as that monthly close, as long as that price point holds as support for the weeks to come, that is a perfect opportunity to look to get long. And obviously your alt season, it's probably not going to take off if that's not the top of Bitcoin. If Bitcoin finds a top, the reason the alts are going to take off is because they're going to be stronger than Bitcoin. I understand that. So if this is the top for Bitcoin, you can look for alts. I'm looking for alts every day anyways to take trades on them, right? If they look bullish, I'm looking for bullish entries on ETH. I'm looking for bullish entries on anything that looks bullish. If it looks bullish, look for bullish entries. If it looks bearish, wait. You know what I'm saying? But let me go back to Algo BTC. I hope that helps. I mean, I follow price. I can't make assumptions as to what will happen. I just follow price. Price tells me what's happening. All right, so basically you made a lower high, but this is a weekly chart. So once you made this push up, you came down, you found support. Where did you find support? Your old resistance level right there. Wrong drawing tool. Come on, man. Here we go. Boom, there you go. So you broke out, found support. That was your buying opportunity on a weekly, no less. That's your weekly resistance level. It held support. Now it's being tested again. All right, this is not a weekly outside candle because you didn't take out that high, but it's a very vicious sell-off. Not vicious, but it's a pretty big sell-off. It looks like you're finding support. This is your current daily support level. It's being tested now, but the close is what counts, not the wick. So this is just a wick. If the price trades back up, this will just be a wick. You're testing 2,211 Satoshis right now. Will that level hold a support or not? You got to wait on the close. That will be in 2 hours and 29 minutes. Your next daily level is going to be all the way down here at 2043. That would be the next area I'd look for bullish opportunities. If I'm looking for bullish entries on Algo BTC, that's where I'd be looking to do so. If Bitcoin remains weak, this thing can catch a bid, yes. It just depends on how strong the asset is currently versus Bitcoin. It's just like FX. Let me go back up there on the comments so I don't miss anybody. We've been on for an hour and a half. I'm probably not going to get to all these. Hey, Heath, are you KuCoin affiliate? If so, no, I am not. Sam CS. It's very simple to be one. I got enough links already. I'm not trying to bombard people with links. But would you check on SOL too? Yeah. Let me look at SOL. I'm probably not going to get to all your questions, guys, and I apologize in advance. Already been running over an hour. That's a stock. Let's look at it on the NASDAQ. Getaway. Renesola. I'm not familiar with this asset. I'm assuming you're looking for support. It looks like it's found it. That's the support level it is working on, right? Let me stretch it out for you so you can see why. That's your last bullish close. Traded away. Never retested it. You came in and it got front run right there, but this was a dead cat bounce as they reinitiated selling positions on it. I'm not familiar with the company, so I don't know what kind of widgets it sells, right? It looks to me like people are selling it. Your current support level is $8.18. As long as you're closing a daily candle above that, you have found support. But the thing you got to worry about is every push in price is going to be met with heavy selling. You need to take out this daily swing high up here on a daily closing basis and then look for higher low support to form roughly around that area, right? It is a bearish candle because the price gapped up on that day and then closed red, which happens often in the stock market, but you can still use the opening price as that is the price at which the market opened, and that's 1267. So that area will act as some sort of resistance if you even get up there, right? Your last bullish close that is meaningful. I mean, this is not so much, and plus you already closed above it on Friday. This one is really close to near-term price. This one would be the one I would be looking for. A resistance test, $11.39. You get a daily closure above that, then maybe this level comes into play. But I would not be looking for bullish entries on this until you get that break above and then that retest of, and then it holds support. Look for bullish entries for a higher move, as that would be your first move to the upside. It's got a lot of resistance above it. It had a massive push up, so I don't know if this just got caught up in the tech sell-off that we had a few weeks ago or not. This thing's been getting annihilated, man. It's been getting annihilated. But yeah, I don't know what it is. If you like the company, is it at a good spot right now to buy? Absolutely, dude. You're getting such a good deal on it because remember, it was trading at $35, right? So to pick up some shares at $8 kind of seems like a great deal, but I just don't know what it is. So unfortunately, I can't tell you that. It's up to you. Why would you want to trade these low cap coins? Unpredictable. Rather stay with the majors. I'm basically just looking at it, Michael. At the lower ones for people that are asking me, why am I trading Doge in specific? Because Doge is a crap coin. It's the very existence of a crap coin, dude. That thing is going back to where it came from. That's an opportunity in my opinion. So if Bitcoin catches a bid, then Doge may too as well, right? But if Bitcoin keeps rolling over, I'm assuming Doge is going way lower, and I would love to capitalize on that movement. I know how to manage my risk, so I'm okay with getting stopped out, right? That's why I'm looking at Doge. Other than that, the main ones I trade are the majors, basically. Look at ATM. A2 Milk Company. I hope this is what you're talking about. This thing is getting freaking annihilated, man. Dude, yeah. This is bad. This is a straight drop off. Like, you have nice bullish move, you know what I'm saying? Nice pullback and then acceleration to the upside, pullback, acceleration to the upside. This just fell completely off. Completely off. That's a vicious sell-off. Vicious. This is your monthly candle and it closed on the low. Right? Look at this. This is a monthly candle and look where it closed. It closed. It was making lower lows when it closed. My internet is so freaking terrible. So yeah, basically, if you're looking to sell it, you need a pullback. You can't sell it down here as you're into exhaustion risk, meaning you're also printing bullish divergence also, but I don't care too much about bullish divergence. This is exhaustion risk, right? This thing could get a massive pop to the upside just because whoever is selling the guts out of it could take their position off by that little bit of price, or that little bit of money coming off the table would cause it to bounce. It's getting annihilated. I wouldn't even be trading it. Getting absolutely shreked. Something happened, man. This isn't just a pullback. This is getting destroyed. I don't know what to tell you. Your first area of resistance is going to be this area here at $8.58. So if price pushes up into there, if you're still looking, or actually this is going to be your first resistance, apologies. But it's so close to near-term price. Once again, I would go back to this one, as I would like that better. If I'm looking to short it, I would not be looking to short it all the way down here. If it gets all the way up to here, possibly closes this gap, maybe even, then it might be attractive for shorts. But right now, man, it's exhaustion risk. I just got to keep saying it because that's what it is. It can catch a nasty bounce. And Philip says, smash the like button, guys. Yes, I appreciate it very much so. Thank you. Josh Springer, I already looked at R, but I am behind on the chat. Same as I'm not. Okay, answering questions. Do you only trade on support and resistance levels? Says Michael Babik. I sometimes use trend lines as well, but just the help of trend lines, yeah. Mainly, I'm just trading support and resistance levels. And I mean, I just, they're price points in the chart where price turned around, and that's why I trade it. You know what I mean? I don't need a bunch of fancy stuff, and that's why in my channel banner it says to simplify your analysis. There's too much fancy schmancy stuff out there. I could throw on this indicator and this indicator right here, then get your Stoke RSI pushed up, and then I could set for an hour and talk about the moving averages and all that stuff. But there's so many people on YouTube doing it, so they don't need me to do it as well. I do keep an eye on moving averages, but I do not use them to take any trades. I do not use them for any trades. I just see where they are, essentially. But let me get back over here to crypto. But yeah, to answer your question, I basically only use support and resistance levels. CTM, some say that BTC's market cycle top is in. They cite weekly MACD, pi cycle fib levels, or at least a minute. That's what I'm saying, Steve. You just answered your own question. They cite weekly MACD, the pi cycle top, fib levels, all this stuff, right? All that stuff saying that Bitcoin's top is in. First and foremost, the pi cycle was just built, so it was curb fitted to match all the highs that were put in on Bitcoin, so it looks in the past like it called the tops. The pi cycle indicator has never called a top, as it is a brand new indicator, right? So it's never called a top. It's a it follows price. It does what price does. The inputs on the moving averages have to come on the close. Once the daily closes out, then the computer automatically calculates that and types it into the moving average, dude. It's no different than any other moving average. The MACD, I don't know much about the MACD, right? So I can't talk about that. Yes, it's a momentum oscillator, just like the RSI or the stochastics. I mean, yeah, man, they're all indicators. I can look at a chart and see if it's overbought or oversold. So gets rid of that, right? This is overbought, obviously. It's extremely extended. I just use the levels and price. I don't care if all those indicators are calling a top in Bitcoin. Buyers and sellers will ultimately be the ones to decide if this is a top or not. And if it is a top, like I said, guys, I'm a price action trader. I will absolutely exit my position. I am okay with that, and I will buy more lower. So not the trader for sure. If he don't have one, I'll take it. Given choice, I like his though. I've been watching his channel for over a while, so just a way to support his channel. Hope you understand. All right, I don't know what's going on there. Bitcoin story as always repeats. Look for yourself. Yeah, Hendrik, I agree, man. It has been repeating ever since it was born. Eric Kogo, could you talk about XRP Proton blockchain has zero gas fees, NFT marketplace 0.0 zero mint fee, 4,000 TI or TPS universal names, 15% APY stake, 60 million market cap with a price. Yeah, it seems like you just talked about it, my friend. It has all that stuff, but the important thing to know about XRP is the fact that the US government is trying to put their balls in a vice. However, XRP's lawyers are pretty good lawyers. It looks like XRP is going to walk. If XRP walks, you are going to see a pop in price. XRP is a good asset as far as I'm concerned. I don't know much about it. Everything you just said, you know what I'm saying? I agree. Is it going to overtake Ethereum or anything like that? No, I don't believe so, as I think Ethereum is the more dominant asset. Let me find it. I know it's not trading on Coinbase, so I quit following it. I have to type it in, I guess. I don't see it, but I probably looked at it 4 times. XRP USD. This price action is insane, right? This is a massive spike to the upside, but that's about the same time Doge was getting its spike as well. It's been trading down a lot quicker or more days than Doge has been, but that's just a big pop, man. It's a short squeeze from hell, right? Everybody was shorting XRP because they knew the same things I just said, that they're in court. SEC's trying to destroy them, take them out. So, yeah, it's going to hurt XRP. However, you are still able to buy and sell XRP. It's just halted, right? It's just halted, and it's only halted on the Coinbase application. So, other things are trading it. Right now, it's heading lower. Is it finding support? Looks like it may be. Your support level is 1.09542. As I only think and look at technicals, as I use the technicals to base my trading decisions upon. All the other stuff, in my opinion, is just FUD. It can be good FUD and it can be bad FUD, I guess, in a way, right? It's just nonsense to give yourself a bias. Watch the technicals. You are trading into roughly around your 50% retracement on your advance once you took out these highs over here, right? This was a short squeeze, first and foremost. You are testing roughly around the area that it broke out. If this is going to be a normal breakout, if this is going to continue higher, it will find support here or possibly a little bit lower. I would be watching this price point it is at right now. It is, in my opinion, a decent spot to throw a little bit of risk on in case I'm wrong, in case it wants to head lower. It doesn't have much lower to go before it completely wipes out that entire advance. If that happens, then this entire advance was just a stop run and investors are selling it again, right? So right now it looks decent. That's the main level that I'd be watching. And the next level, if that level were to fail, would be 0.91623. This bearish candle's closing price. You lose that on a daily closing basis. You're coming back down to 60715, and you will have annihilated that entire bullish advance. But yeah, I mean, you talked about it enough. Hope that helps, man. Heath, did you look at Litecoin BCH? No, I did not. I did briefly, but LTCBCH. Let me go find it. That's not a T, is it? All right, we're getting a little bit long in the tooth, so I'm going to try to speed things up a little bit. Here's Litecoin, Bitcoin. You did break out. You took out your old resistance level right there on a daily closing basis. I like that. That indicates strength in this market, right? Your next daily support level should be roughly around this high here at 0.004294. If you get a push down into here, I'd be looking for that area to hold as support. Might be a good spot to throw a little bit of risk on Litecoin, as Litecoin did get a nasty bounce off of this lows down here. So everybody that was pummeling this thing into the ground got stopped out, obviously, which added fuel to the fire, pushed it up higher. So basically, this thing in a longer term downtrend, obviously, as well, right? And like I said, also, you took out this massive swing high that hasn't been touched in a long time. So there were a lot of stops above there. Did they sell into those stops? We will see. This is the first level that I'd watch for a support test and hold. 42.94. You lose this on a daily closing basis, you're heading lower down to 388, 3881. That would be the next level that I would look for support, test, and hold. If you lose that level, you're going back down to the lows. All right? That's Litecoin, Bitcoin, XAU, BTC, SAMCS. CTM is conquering the markets. It's the community that most of us belong to. There is a link in the description below if you are interested in that. XAU, BTC. All right, XAU BTC, this is gold versus Bitcoin. It's been getting absolutely shreked against Bitcoin because, in my opinion, people are investment banks and hedge funds and all these other places are using Bitcoin for the inflation hedge instead of gold. Gold used to be the inflation hedge. No longer is, according to this chart. Now, you are making another high. This was your high swing high, right? Or your low swing high, because it's obviously in a downtrend. Came down here, took out all these stops. Now you had a bullish push to the upside. First area of support, if you're bullish, would be 0.03178. Would I be bullish? No. But if you are, that is the first area that I would look for a support test. There is a gap beneath it, but gaps do not have to fill ever. Anybody that says otherwise is just wrong. So if you want to look for that gap to fill and buy the gap fill or fade the gap fill, you could do that too. It's a viable strategy. I would throw my stop right below the low of that, push lower, and be looking at this as a possible Hail Mary play, so to speak. All right, you are finding your resistance. Your resistance is being found from this bearish candle, because once this got taken out, it was retested. So that absolutely confirmed that as resistance, and you are testing it once again. That level is 36.27 Satoshis, right? There is your old support level, breakdown, retest, confirmation, boom, to the downside. You are retesting that level now. So you could look for a support test of that area and look for possible entries trying to take that out. But that's just, I would not be entering this bullish. It is getting absolutely crushed. And Synoptic Trader, cheers. Doesn't the real alt season, I've answered that. What about BTT? Let's go look at BTT real quick. BTT USD on Finex. It's pretty much doing the same thing as all the other assets. It was nice and bullish, had a big strong push. This is a nice normal consolidation. I don't like the fact that it came up here and made a new high, even took out your bullish or bearish resistance level, right? You didn't close above it, but you went up into it and got rejected. So in the near term, the sellers are in control. So that could just simply be people exiting their positions. This gave you a lower high to do it. And now you've came down, you took out your bullish or your support level right here. I can never get this to work. See, I click it and it doesn't do nothing. Click it. There it is. Thank you, TradingView. There was your support level, 775480. It's been retested again. It wants to see if it wants to hold as resistance, and currently it is holding as resistance, because when this was happening, it was a green daily candle. Now it is a red candle. So you have had your green to move red on this asset. It did test your old support as current resistance, and it is currently holding as such. Your new level of support is all the way down here at 629.700. If you lose this on a daily closing basis, they will be targeting this wick low here. And if they are targeting that wick low there, if they are in control of it, your next area of support is going to be all the way down there on a daily closing basis, and that's 381140. BEPRO USDT, BEPRO BTC, BPRO. It's been consolidating for a long time. Had a big, nice bullish stab, but then, oh, damn it. Let's go back. Sorry about that. BEPRO BTC. All right. So, yeah, it's finding support, or it's trying to find support. I mean, you're trading at support, so I don't never like to see that either, as every bullish attempt to get off of support has been faded. It's been faded. This is your last bullish closing price. Therefore, that is your resistance until you get a daily closure above that price. That price is 2,463 Satoshis. As long as that maintains resistance, your next area to look for a support test is 1,376. That's a pretty nice trade as well, right? All the way down to there. That, I mean, this old resistance level, once it got broken out, is so close to that, right? If you get that, if this thing gets a rolling that hard, you're probably going to wick all the way down to 1376. And at that point, I would look for some more consolidation, right? But it's obvious. I mean, the sellers are absolutely in control of this asset. You are trading lower than 50% of your bullish advance. So, yeah. I mean, if you look at this area here as your bullish advance, you have retraced almost the full thing, which not so bullish in the long term, my friend. No storage J. Look at SC. It's the way better project and it actually works very well. All right, I'm assuming that's going to be SCUSDT or USD. There you go. Let's check it out. It's being destroyed as well. This was another bullish advance. The whole move has been retraced. This wick right here took out the whole bullish advance. So now you're setting on this level of resistance, currently testing it as support. It looks like it's trying to break it. Your next level of support is going to be this bearish candle at 27.50. This level is 32.30. 27.50 is this level down here. If you lose that on a daily closing basis, you're heading lower. And at that point, I would probably be looking for that area to hold as resistance in order to get short aiming at your support level to the downside. This level down here is going to be a very strong support level. So since I see that now, I probably wouldn't even be looking at 27.50. I would just simply look at 26.32 as it caught that low, or that it caught that close, and that close. That is a very strong support level. So that is possibly a good spot to look for bullish entries. You may get a small bounce. Here was your bounce on it the first time it tested it, though. Not such a big bounce, but it was a tradable event nonetheless. So yeah, it looks like you're trying to test that again. If this thing maintains a closure above 32.25, I would possibly be looking for a bullish pop to come back up here and test this area right here at 43.78, as that would also be a great race to reward, right? And it would still maintain the old the structure. So yeah, it looks kind of decent. All right, moving on. NOIA for Kimberly. Absolutely, Kimberly. Absolutely. We'll look at this one and then Bitcoin, as I know you're a fan of the Bitcoin one. Yeah, that looked good. Look at that. Had a big strong push up, and this is versus USDT, but it found resistance. Obviously, there's your resistance level right there. You did get a small close above it, but immediately you've been sold off. Is it finding support at this level here? It's currently trading below it, but it can absolutely recover. We have seen it before, right? So your first level to watch is 6606.79. This level right here. This is going to be an area to watch as well. 597462. We'll put a line on there, and then ultimately that is your main support level. You don't want to lose that swing. If you lose that swing on a daily closing basis, you have essentially taken out this whole bullish advance, and that means the bears are in charge. And then NOIA US Bitcoin, NOIA BTC. Yeah, it looked a lot better. You got your daily closure above resistance. So NOIA BTC looks a lot better. Let's just call it Syntropy. Looks better, right? That's your daily close above resistance. So right now you have to look at it as a test of support, or looking for a support test. You have not been able to take out even the midpoint price of this bullish advancing candle, this 4-hour candle, but we do need some level somewhere to give us something to look at. I like this bullish candle right there. Boom. 1211 Satoshis, 1211 Satoshis, as long as Bitcoin isn't closing a 4-hour candle below that. Let me rephrase that. Bitcoin, or this thing, can close one 4-hour candle versus Bitcoin and then pop back above that level. That would essentially be a bear trap, and then you could possibly be looking for higher prices on this asset. This is a nice stab. You are consolidating in the shape of a pennant pattern or a bull flag, whatever you want to call it. The first level that I'd be looking for support is 1211 right there. You lose that level, then you're heading lower, and that was just nothing, essentially. All good, bro. I appreciate you and answering my question. Thank you, Steve S. Thank you so much, my friend. First year in crypto, it's nuts. Haven't looked at FX in like 3 weeks. I'm definitely shifting my focus after the cycle peak. Yeah, me too, Carl. I am known as an FX and stock trader, options as well. I haven't traded an option in months because I've been focused on FX and crypto so much. Like, I haven't even been looking at stocks. I don't even know what's going on. I mean, you can only trade so much, right? You can only trade so much. Storage and Filecoin are not competition at all, pure speculation if you looked at it. Yeah, I don't know much about that. Josh Springer send encrypted messages with R. Nice. Shy Harry, all I gotta say is safe to the moon. Let's go look at safe. SAFE. Oh, I already looked at safe. All you can say is safe is going to the moon. It's no, I didn't look at this, did I? No, I didn't look at this. I looked at another stock. It looks good, man. Safe Hold Incorporated. It's absolutely holding or trying to hold support. Obviously, that's where it's trading right now. Now, that's an old level and also a traditional level. We can absolutely find a level closer to near-term price. And no, we can't. So, fair enough. This thing is gappy and crazy in here. So, use that old area right there as your support level. You are currently testing above it. I would say it's probably safe to say that you will probably gap below that level on Monday, but then you could possibly trade back up into it. Your next level of support is going to be 64.01 if you lose this level, or if you get a gap down below that level and trade into this level, that might be a good spot to look to put on some risk, right? If you're bullish on this asset, that would be a great spot. But that's pretty much it. I mean, your next support level, yeah, I mean, you could get a support level almost at every nickel on this thing. So those are the main two levels that I'd be watching right now on safe, my friend. Thank you. You are welcome, Steve S. But I do see your point for sure. All right, that's fair enough, Sam. It's okay if we agree or disagree, my friend. I know it doesn't seem like you can do that in today's age, but I am a 100% easy to deal with character, my friend. We can disagree or agree, and I'm good with either way. I still love you. Black Flag Flying. Sol is at $41 right now. Says just wrench it. Sol was Selena. Crypto. Oh, got you. All right. So it came up as a stock first. There's Sol. Let's type in USD and see what happens. There it is. My apologies, my friend. My apologies. This thing is absolutely going to the freaking moon right now. It's trading bananas, dude. Bananas. You are trading at all-time highs. You just made a new all-time high today, right? There's nothing really to do. I mean, I'm definitely not looking or suggesting anybody buy it up here, as it is an exhaustion risk right now, or possible exhaustion risk. You already tested that level at 32 spot 37.25 as support, and it held. You got a new daily high, or a new high, period, right? So it's extremely bullish. I would be looking for that level for another support test once it peaks out and rolls over. Look for that area to hold a support. If this thing is going to maintain bullishness, you could even look for that bearish candle's opening price to be tested as an area to possibly hold a support. It's right underneath the current high right now. So you definitely want to see it trade a little bit higher and then come back down and test that and hold. If it doesn't, you're testing $32. It's extremely overbought. It's extremely overbought, right? It's just been going straight up like BNB and everything else that was. It's extremely bullish. Extremely bullish, my friend. Just wrench it. Yeah, there's not much to do on it. Hopefully you bought it a lot lower and you're just marveling in your victory. Henrik, same see. Oh, talking to somebody else. Let's see here. Janet Swift thinks Heath got a bounce. Yeah, I got a bounce too. What's up, pimpin'? What's happening, Chody? How you doing, my friend? Yvette says, ho no, I lost connection. Yeah, that's probably not your fault. It's probably mine. I have dropped about 50,000 frames. It's insane. So apologies. I've been working on getting good internet for like an hour and a half, and I just decided to go live anyway. So, all right, guys, you guys have a great day. Also, I gotta do this. I mean, every single time, because it means so very much to me. I can't even tell you guys. But thank you guys for showing up. If you're gonna trade these markets, make sure you're not trading with insane leverages. Let's do it the right way, right? Do it the right way. Trade safe. And thank you so much to all my channel members and Patreons, because you guys are freaking awesome. And I say that every time, and I absolutely mean it. And I will see all the members and Patreons tomorrow morning during tomorrow morning's live stream. Thank you guys so much for coming out. It really means everything. And trade safe. I can't say that enough. Trade smart, and happy trading, everybody. I will catch you tomorrow evening for the Forex Weekly Outlook.